So we're gonna open up a 30th anniversary countdown. I know this layer is quite old, but the reason I'm coming back to it is the market is in a really weird spot. So this layer is currently on TCG. If you were to price out all the cards, is $264 in cards, assuming you get everything in non-foil. So it's very inverted currently. And so I thought, why not try opening one up? It's been a while. I don't know if you guys recall the history of this layer, but it sold out almost instantly. I actually got pretty screwed on this, and I couldn't get one during release. So I had to go and pick it up on the secondary market. I forgot it does come with this 30-sided die, which is very cool. I love this die that comes with it. And yeah, so it repriced to 300, collapsed back down. I think they're currently now on TCGplayer for 177. The Chrome Mox alone in this right now is sitting at a whopping $110 if you were to buy it through direct. So that's assuming you get it in the non-foil. Obviously, there's still quite a few cards here that would be that are still have obviously no value at all. It does come with the hangers if you were to actually put these on the tree. So just wanted to revisit this, especially as we head into the holidays. Would be something cool if you wanted to gift a friend of yours something for Christmas, little advent calendar type thing. So thought we'd revisit it. I wanted to go over it, and like I said, the reason I am opening this up is because the EV is so crazy right now. I just don't understand why the boxes are still sitting at $177 each. So we're gonna open it up. Hopefully we do see some of the foils which are of the higher value. Obviously Chrome Mox having one of the biggest multipliers. You have things like Necropotence, Deathrite Shaman. All those are great hits. I always forget how annoying this is to open. So maybe I should use a razor. I don't recall what all the years are. So as we do this, we will just kind of go through it. Yeah, so I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. Did you guys get a chance to grab these? You can always tell by the curling. This is going to be a foil. So Shivan Dragon, this is obviously one of the worst foils to get. I think Shivan Dragon is sitting right around $1. You get roughly 30% of these in foil. And you're really hoping to see those big value cards in the foil slot. And there is no real way to tell prior to opening the pack. Obviously, I guess nowadays you can technically scan them. But yeah, so we'll see here. Here is a non-foil Mishra's Factory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the foils on the right here while I keep the foils on the left here. Sorry, the non-foils on the right. Going over to 1995. There we go. That's opening a little bit easier. So yeah, very curious as to why this product is staying as low it is. So Necropotence, we didn't get that in foil. Unfortunately, this is one of the bigger hits you would want to see in foil, although this card is still holding a value of roughly about $15 currently. One of the higher value cards. There are quite a few cards which are sitting around the $15 mark. I am really struggling. I, for the first time, may actually decide to use scissors just because it's so hard to open this without potentially damaging the cards. The other thing that is actually holding quite a bit of value, surprisingly, and I think this may just be due to the current meta, is Lotus Field. Lotus Field out of here is holding, and it does always come in foils, holding about $18 in a light play, which is currently listed on TCGplayer. This is another non-foil, Limb Duel's Vault. Another one that you would probably want to see in the foil slot. Although, like I said, if we do end up hitting the Chrome Mox in foil, it does make up for all those not being foil. Yeah, so genuinely curious what you guys think. Trade Wind Rider. This is one of the worst hits you can get. And so we have hit 2 foils so far, both really underwhelming cards out of the 30th anniversary. But like I said, it really just takes the Chrome Mox to make that up. The Chrome Mox actually in foil is almost sitting at the entire value of the entire layer right now. And I'm really curious because I don't know what Wizards is really saving those the Mox reprints for. I had assumed that we were going to see them in the Smokestack in foil. Like to see this one in foil. I honestly, this card is a big hate piece. But again, one of the ones that's not holding too much value. I think Smokestack is sitting right around $3 in the non-foil, although I did not look at the foil pricing when I did that. But back to what I was saying is I thought that we would see one of the Moxes come up in the Mystery Booster. I thought it would actually be one of the big hits you see out of the Mystery Booster, but unfortunately it is not. Squee, Goblin, Nabob. So that is one of the worst hits out of the entire layer, and so glad to see that did not take up one of our foil slots. I believe it's 2001, which is the chrome mox, so we're coming up on it here. This one looks like a non-foil Lin Civi, and Lin Civi is also one of the lower value cards out of the set. So Squee and Lin Civi, Misha's Factory I think is like a couple bucks. Shivan Dragon and Trade Wind Rider, those are also some of the lower values. Where we have Limb Duels and Necropotence are really the big hits so far. Can we get this open without... This one was butchered. Let's see if we can avoid damaging the card here. And Wild Mongrel. Also, one of the sub-dollar cards out of the set. I believe Wild Mongrel sitting around like 70 cents or something like that. But yeah, this was pretty cool product when they first released it, and I think it'd be really fun to revisit it, especially at the price point it currently is. Genesis hitting that in the non-foil. So far we are at 7, 8, 9, 10 cards, only seeing 3 in foil, which is right about where you expect. It's roughly 30% chance out of this. 2003. There is the Chrome Mox. We unfortunately didn't hit the Chrome Mox in foil, but this is the most valuable card out of the set, sitting at $110. So there it is in the non-foil. Yeah, we have struck out on the foils so far. I will be doing another opening of this as well, just because I plan to list these, just due to the inversion currently. Glimpse of Nature, not foil. Another good card out of here. This one's sitting at right around, I believe, $5 for Glimpse of Nature. I always forget how much of a struggle it is opening single card packs. Lightning Helix. This card has lost favor, especially now as we see Flage being played in Standard. Although Lightning Helix is sometimes used in the sideboards of other decks in Modern currently. But Flage being essentially infinite Lightning Helix in the yard, or multiple Lightning Helix, is quite crazy. Very stubborn card to get rid of. Looks like we are getting a foil here due to the slight curling. And Bogardian Hellkite. Yikes. Shivan, Tradewind Rider, and Bogardian Hellkite are not the foils you want to see out of this set. I will attest to that. Those are some of the lowest value cards out of the entire set. Coming to 2007 and getting a Ponder. This is another big hit out of this set. Surprisingly, these are sitting right around $12. And unfortunately, we also did not get that one in a foil treatment. Going right into 2008. We are right around the 10-minute mark, or 8-minute mark here, so I hope I'm not going too slow, but let me plug myself as we're going through this. Heritage Druid, again, not getting it in the foil, unfortunately, in non-foil. But we do stream on Whatnot 2 to 3 times a week. We do early releases. I will be opening up some Mystery Booster 2 on the coming up here on September 1st. Let me try and keep those on screen. So please do make sure to tune into that if you guys are interested in seeing that opening. It'll be a ton of fun. I don't know how I personally feel about the white borders. Getting another foil here. Sun Titan. Actually, this one's not foil. It is just slightly curled, surprisingly, for a non-foil. Would have been nice to see the Sun Titan in foil. Yikes. We are really, really low on the foil count. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about the white borders in Mystery Booster 2. I do like the future sight borders, but I don't think it's like the biggest deal. Seeing a Birthing Pod in foil. There is actually our first decent hit in the foil slot. Birthing Pod, I think in the non-foil, holding somewhere around like 10 to 15 bucks out of this Lair. And we're getting a Deathrite Shaman. I opened this up brutally bad for the 2012 in non-foil. Then we're going into 2009. So 4 foils so far. And there goes Elspeth in non-foil. I think Elspeth is right around 7 bucks in the non-foil. And then getting Siege Rhino. so far 5 foils. Are we on track? Are we tracking correctly here for the foils? Are we just incredibly low for what it should be? Dragon Lord Ujitai. Surprisingly, this card is sitting at around $7, which I was very, very surprised to see. And then we are getting Athalia, Heretic Cathar. Another good card that we would have hopefully seen in the foil. I am seeing slight curling, surprisingly, for the non-foils out of here, which is I'm kind of very, very surprised by that, actually. Now, I actually cannot remember if this had come out in 2023 or was it 2022. Nicol Bolas in the non-foil. But yeah, do remind me down below. I'm trying to make this as fast as possible, but yeah, ripping these is actually brutal. Arclight Phoenix and foil. There's a decent hit in the foil slot. Again, not absolutely amazing, but we'll take an Arclight Phoenix. That card is still seeing some play in a set of formats. Up to 6 total foils here, going into 2019 with Emery, the Lurker of the Lock. I think we should get at least one more foil before the end of this, or we would be a little bit under the average here, as we currently are. 2020 Shark Typhoon, another good hit out of this set. Unfortunately, once again, not seeing it in the foil treatment. Yeah, so it was a 2022 product because we are getting it there. And then the 2022 pack, you actually get 2 cards, if you don't recall. I believe it is the Lotus Field and the last card there. So Elite Spellbinder, and we will end here with, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foils. Yikes. That is roughly a, what is 6? That is 10%. That is incredible. Or sorry, 20%. That is incredibly low. So Nashi, Moon Sage's Scion, not getting that in the foil once again. And then we are ending here with the beautiful, beautiful treatment on the Lotus Field there. So that is going to end the first box we do here. We will open up one more, and we'll see how we do on that second one. And on the second video, if you guys would like to watch, I will post them both at the same time. I'll go ahead and tally up the average across the 2 layers. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.